Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in today. It really means a lot to me. I have been putting in a really big effort to pull together something that I never thought was going to happen, but it is actually going to happen. In the new year, I have something to announce that's coming up. I am actually going to be releasing a limited edition pocket size edition of the Goliath Tarot Deck. So this is confirmed. It is going to be happening. And at the moment, I am in the early stages of reformatting and recreating it and kind of breathing new life into it, actually. I never thought that this was going to happen due to the costs that it takes to actually produce something like this. If you know, my first and second edition of the Goliath Tarot Deck was nearly 1.3 kilograms, which is an awful lot of weight for a tarot card deck. I believe it was definitely living up to its name at the time, Goliath, meaning gigantic. So yes, it is a 95 card deck, and it did come with a comprehensive guidebook that was over 80,000 words. So due to the fact that the sheer volume of the deck itself, the weight of it, the packaging of it, and everything, the tray insert, everything, it was a lot to ship in terms of getting it printed and distribution, I guess you could say, in a way. So it was a lot, and for a lot of people that was a lot. It was very expensive to buy, it was expensive to make, and for things that were just outside of my control, like shipping rates here in Australia and things like that, a lot of people weren't able to access the deck. And then, of course, when the deck was created, condensing a book of that size into something that was legible and that was able to go into a box, and the print size, the size of the writing was very tight. So a lot of people had trouble reading it, which is fair enough. And I made adjustments in the second edition. But now in the modern world, we don't really need to have a full guidebook on that level. So after much thinking, in terms of printing costs and things like that, what I'm actually going to be doing now for this one is releasing a very small, very kind of playing card, poker size version of the deck. It will still be in a 300 GSM, or a very thin matte finish. So it will be very easy to shuffle and a lot more smaller, so not so kind of cumbersome in the hands. So you'll be able to do riff shuffle a lot easier with it. And in terms of the guidebook, I'm just going to include a QR code or some details on the packaging on the box. So all you have to do is just scan it and download it to your phone or to your computer or tablet device, whatever it is. For a lot of people that follow my work, they've always supported everything that I've created. They've purchased a copy of it, and it really means a lot to me. This deck was really a huge thing for me. It was 3 years of my life actually hand drawing and illustrating the deck. Also getting a second version made during the peak of COVID was also very difficult in terms of shipping and printing costs and things like that. So I'm just really thrilled to be able to bring this back and recreate this kind of new take on it. Now, there were a couple of cards, or one or two cards in the deck that I always felt in my heart as I grew over the years, I felt like it wasn't quite right. So I will be going back to make some modifications on some of these cards, particularly the moon card. At the time, I wanted a really like simple kind of moon that was, all about shadows and clouds and kind of like a reflective type of thing. But I am actually going to be going back and tweaking that card and adding it into edition 3. So there will be a couple of tweaks. And so, yeah, so you'll get when you come to purchase it, it will be available from my online store when it comes out. I don't have dates just yet, so please bear with me. But yes, when the 3rd edition comes out, it will be very light, very easy to ship. There will be no guidebook. It's just kind of like a very witchy kind of, cardboard tuck box that it will come in, like a playing card deck. For those that know the meanings of the cards and are already quite in depth with their ability to connect with the cards and understand the meanings behind the cards, you shouldn't have a problem. But as you know, for some of the more novice people that are coming into tarot, this would be a great deck for you because it is slightly abstract and some of the card meanings have been looked at in a very different way, which is what I wanted to do when I created the deck to begin with. I wanted to base it off the Rider-Waite-Smith deck and then and modify it in a way that was my kind of personal tarot manifesto. So if you don't know, there were some bonus cards, a yes and a no card for the pendulum swing. That will still be included for you if you want as well. Sometimes you just need a simple yes or no. So I will be keeping all of the traditional cards and the bonus cards as well. And at the moment, I'm having a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying this, and it's really cool to come back all these years later and still have people that message me and are still interested in my work, and in particular interested in the Goliath Tarot Deck, and have been asking me to do this for a long time. So I'm an artist. I have to support myself, and why not come back and give this a bash. So it's really cool. I will be changing some of the fonts actually. If you can see in the thumbnail here, I've actually changed some of the fonts. So I'm kind of liking this kind of yellow witchy font. In the traditional decks that I did, I used a Hill House font, which was synonymous with American Horror Story, the TV show. At the time, that was kind of in its peak, and a lot of that energy kind of came in, maybe maybe like subconsciously into my mind when I was creating it. So yeah, it's really cool. If you don't know about my deck, it's all animal based. It's very shamanic. It is a shadowy deck, so it's a bit darker. It's a bit more kind of primal, I guess you could say. There are no humans in the deck, and it plays on Jung, lots of light and shadow, Venus fly traps, cobra, lions, lots of symbols, lots of occult symbols that I put in there, lots of different animals, and I would say crone energy meets the macabre meets kind of like a darker side of nature. So that's kind of my take on it. It's very personal to me, and it means a lot to me. So I'm just sharing this really cool news with you, and I will be keeping people updated for when it is available. Shipping for this 3rd edition will be shipped by myself. So I will be the one sending it out to you in the mail with your tracking number when you purchase it from my website. And I will be the one that you deal with. And so if you want me to sign a copy for you, I'm so happy to do that. That is totally cool. The deck will be shrink wrapped, so please bear in mind that if you ask me to autograph it or sign the deck, that it will that I'll have to remove the shrink wrap to, sign it for you, unless you want me to write it on a card or something. So yeah, it's really cool. And I'm just so excited to be coming back all these years later and doing something with it and putting it back out there on, out into the world, and putting myself back out there in this way. So yeah, really, really, really cool. Please stay tuned. Leave a comment below if you have any ideas. I'm always open. I am still in the kind of creation phase, but I'm sharing with you in the thumbnail here just a glimpse of what the packaging will look like. So I have changed the packaging. We are using the strength card in the initial artwork, which was the lion and the cobra. And yeah, so I will leave it here. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to me, and please consider subscribing to my channel. It really helps me out. If you would like to book me for a natal chart reading, I can do this for you. Please just go to my website at www.thegoliathtarotdeck.com. I'll leave it in the description below, and you can purchase that from there and follow the steps, and I can conduct a reading for you. Or if you choose, if you prefer, I can also give you a call via WhatsApp or Signal, and you can book me for 1 hour of my time to communicate and talk about spiritual counseling or anything, any type of spiritual consultancy that you'd need, any advice. I'm always here to help. This is what I do. It is something that I'm very passionate about. So, and it is a gift of mine that I just so happen to have. So lots of love, lots of care and love and truth. And I'll see you guys soon. Thank you. Bye, bye, bye.